Croix, tell us about your actions right now and what you're doing.
I'm running from San Diego to New York, almost 3,000 miles. So that's a marathon a day for 100 consecutive days, never a day off.
You're out there doing it.
I'm running no matter what.
Well, we're going to talk to you about the motivation behind that coming up when Virginia This Morning starts. Good morning to you, and thanks for joining us here on Virginia This Morning. I'm Cheryl Miller.
And good morning, I'm Greg McQuaid. A simple question to start the morning. What could you do in 100 days? Well, our first guest's uplifting story may inspire you to embrace the everyday. When he was just 14 years old, Croix Sather's life changed forever when a drunk driver plowed into him, leaving him in a critical condition.
Croix Sather is here to tell us more about it and his book called Dream Big, Act Big. Good morning, Croix.
Good morning.
You are an inspiration just because you're here. This accident when you were 14 literally changed your life, didn't it?
It did. There's no medical reason why I'm alive. The doctors told my parents that if I survived the night that I'd be a vegetable for the rest of my life. Almost 4 days in a coma, 2 weeks in the hospital, a year in cast and rehabilitation, and then years of other issues from that.
When did you decide, Croix, that you wanted to change your life once you made that miraculous discovery?
Going through life like most people, I got stuck in complacency and mediocrity. And my challenge is that if I can run across America in 100 days, what can you do? And that's why I chose to do this. It's something so big that you can't help but say, wow, what is he doing? What can I now do?
As a 14-year-old, and you were going through this survival and recovery when you weren't supposed to survive at all, what was the thought process for you then as a young man just trying to make it?
I think I just naturally fell into survival mode. And it just became instinctive to me just to get through it and do well. And for a while there it was rough, but going through that I always had an optimistic attitude that everything would work out. I think it was just simply because of my age. I was very fortunate to the timing of when it happened.
Croix, when did you start this 100-day across America?
February 26th, so today is day 87, I believe.
And what was that like, finishing that first marathon?
The first one was easy, the second one was easy, the third one and the rest of them have been a little harder.
And you're documenting this whole thing. You've got a cameraman here with you today, kind of taking video of this whole thing. What are you trying to show people with this? How can you help motivate other people? What's the main thing we should learn from this?
It's literally that if I can, at 40 years old, not a runner a year ago, and now train myself in less than a year and run a marathon a day for 100 days, it's literally to inspire you on what you can do.
And so you weren't a runner before this started? Not
a serious runner. I was a casual runner. I would run here and there, but nothing very serious.
Here and there, there's a big difference between here and there and like New York and California. And what is that like? How inspirational for you? I mean, are you amazed at the distance that you have come? And you know, I mean that figuratively.
Quite literally, I'm amazed. Every day at the end of the day, I think, wow, another marathon. And I've been blessed and fortunate not to have any serious injuries or even any serious weather as I've been going through the country. So it's been absolutely amazing the whole way through. And the people I've met going through the country is just extraordinary. And to hear their stories, that's what inspires me.
Almost kind of like a Forrest Gump kind of thing.
Sort of.
Traveling and talking to people. When you do your motivational lectures, what are the things that people want to learn from you, want to know from you?
Mostly I speak to young adults, so high school age typically. And most people that age, they just don't know what's possible. Especially from the smaller towns across the country. They just don't realize what they can do. And they sort of fall into whatever is going their way, whatever just happens to be in their path. So when I come through, I get a lot of emails from kids saying, wow, I didn't realize I could do this or I could do that. A lot of people, I have them sing for me in front of their whole audience, the whole student body. And then those kids that want to become professional singers, they often say, wow, I'm really going to go for it now.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Doing something they didn't think they could do.
Yeah.
And setting goals, I guess, is the key. Because you set this goal of 100 days, and you're doing it.
And I even had some schools that have set their own 100-day goals before I got there. And they're trying to do certain things before I get there, and it's amazing to see.
Yeah, but most people don't have this monumental challenge of running across America in 100 days, but many people are facing challenges. What is your advice about tackling those challenges and those obstacles on a day-to-day basis?
The first thing is believing that you'll overcome it, and having faith that this is just preparing you for something in the future. Because that's what everything is in your life, is it preparing you for whatever's next. And to know that you'll get through that. And that's the biggest key, is starting with the mindset. And once you start with the mindset, then everything else falls into place easier.
Croix, thank you so much. You've already run part of your marathon today, right?
A little bit, yes.
And you've got a ways to go.
I do.
Well,
Croix, we wish you well. And listen, if you want to meet this man, he's an incredible guy. Meet Croix Sather today at 2:30 p.m. and again at 4 p.m. at Ron Rosner YMCA of Spotsylvania County.